This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Barakatha Yahawah, Barakatha Yahawah Shai, Barakatha Yahawah, Barakatha Yahawah Shai, Barakatha Yahawah, Barakatha Yahawah Shai. Yahawah is the true holy name of the one who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahawah Shai is the true holy name of the only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I'd like to give unlimited praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawah Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. And enough respect and salutations to the Akim pushing this gospel throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives for Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawah Shai's sake. I don't want Ratzah, which means Lord willing. So Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Alright, so as you can see on your screen, okay, is more proof as to the reason why we should fear Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawah Shai. Okay. Now this is an article from The Guardian. Okay, so it's a UK-based media news outlet. Okay, and it's dated Saturday the 3rd of December 2022, the year of Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawah Shai turning up. So the headline reads, Tributes paid to Hull student who died after suspected spider bite. Harry Bolton discharged himself from hospital 4 days before being found dead at housing in October last year, inquest heard. Okay. Tributes have been paid to a 19-year-old student who died of sepsis after a suspected spider bite at his flat. Harry Bolton, a student at the University of Hull, died on 7th of October last year, 2021, having complained of feeling unwell after a spider bit him on the back 4 days before his death. Bolton attended Hull Royal Infirmary on the 3rd of October with a fast heart rate and a high temperature. Although a blood test showed signs of inflammation, doctors did not find anything to indicate that it was a high-risk situation. Okay. And the Lord is in control of who lives, who dies, and who suffers. Okay. So I'm going to get a precept, the Apocrypha, in the book of Ecclesiasticus, aka Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Jump down to verse 30. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Okay. Alright, so you got venomous creatures, okay, like scorpions, certain venomous spiders, and what have you, okay, that can kill people, okay. They can become allergic to the poison, or whatever the case may be, and end up taking that individual's life. Alright. So if we go back to the article, we go down, it reads, Bolton self-discharged from hospital the next afternoon and was seen by his housemates the next day. He was later found dead in his accommodation by building security staff. The inquest heard that paramedics who attended the scene noticed a wound the size of a £1 coin on his back, while one of Bolton's flatmates said he had suffered a similar bite on his neck in August 2021. Casper added that although he had sent an email to Ashcourt Student Housing about a problem with spiders, an inspection by a maintenance team had found no infestation. Zydron said the spider bite was so painful that his GP had prescribed it with antibiotics and that he could not move his neck. Looks like he had neck paralysis. Okay. And usually over here within the UK, we don't tend to have venomous creatures of such, and at least not in abundance. Anyway, okay, since we live in a colder or cooler, damper climate, alright, where there's fewer poisonous animals and insects. Okay, of course, in hotter countries and climates, alright, they've got various different species of reptiles and insects alright, like mosquitoes, alright, that can carry deadly diseases. But over here, it's not a common occurrence. Okay, that's why it's fearful. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Okay, let's get another precept. Okay, get the book of Psalms, chapter 68. Psalms 68, and go straight to verse 20. And it reads, He that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto Yahawah the Lord belong the issues from death. Okay, alright, so the Lord can judge anyone, alright, in any form he likes, whatever manner he decides to take them out. Okay, it could be a brutal car accident, it could just be, the example that we just seen. Okay, it could be a slow or painful death. Howbeit, however it is, ultimately it's of the Lord. Alright, because he wounds, he destroys, he kills, he makes alive. Alright, go back to that article. The coroner was told that although Bolton's flatmates had reported a spider infestation in their shared student accommodation, a subsequent inspection found nothing unusual. Professor Paul Marks, the senior coroner for East Riding of Yorkshire and Hull, concluded that Bolton died from sepsis due to an acute chest infection due to an infected wound on his back. He added, had he not been bitten by the invertebrate, possibly a spider, he would not have died at that time. Right, so it seems to be a combination of, sepsis plus the bite from the spider. Okay. They added, notably, the coroner did not feel the need to make a report to prevent future deaths, having conducted a thorough investigation and heard the evidence at the inquest. A fundraising page started by staff at the pub in Wapload, St Catherine, Lincolnshire, in honour of the teenager, has raised £1,660 for the National Eczema Society. According to the NHS, although spider bites in the UK are uncommon, some native spiders, such as the false widow, are able to leave puncture marks on the skin that can cause redness and swelling. Alright, and ultimately, this individual, alright, he wasn't innocent, okay? Whether whether he was, wicked in his current life or in his past life, alright, the Lord's, righteously decided to judge him. So we'll close out on the last precept. Alright. Because, judgment can take place, whether it be, a young baby, an elderly individual, alright, whether it be in a wheelchair, whether it be famous or not. So let's get the book of Job, chapter 4, verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off. So there you go. He most likely sinned, alright, in his past life, or in his, current life, alright, and he has to pay for that. Let's just define the word perish quickly. Means to die, especially in a violent or sudden way. Okay?
Perish.
And that's what took place. So with that, I pray that was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, who rule and teach Yahawah well through the Spirit. And with that, Shalom. We got next, Lord willing. Shalom.